Hi, everybody. Carol Davis here with a spot of sunshine. It's Saturday morning, January 8th, 2022. So, I am here with a little bit of sunshine, I hope. And I hope you're still on board with spreading the smiles across the miles. That means wherever you go, whatever you're doing, you can smile. Grocery store, clothing store, gas station, it doesn't matter. Even when people are being nasty and rude, this is tough times. People are just on edge, grumpy, some of them. I don't think anybody here is grumpy because if you were grumpy, you wouldn't sign in. You wouldn't stay through the whole thing because I'm pretty silly. So, smiles are contagious, and maybe we can help the pandemic. Believe it or not, because we will, through our smiles, we might change thinking. So change your thinking, you change your life. So if we're thinking positive, happy thoughts, guess what? We might end the pandemic. So I'm going to do my little thing today that I always do read. I've been reading for the last few days, Hope for the Flowers. And if you want to read if you missed the previous pages, you could go to YouTube, Spot of Sunshine, and look up the previous post and see what the first part was. Because we're on chapter 5 now. We have a few more chapters to go. I just love this because it's just about two little caterpillars, Stripe and Yellow, but their adventures remind me of real life. And climbing the corporate ladder, which we don't see much anymore, but we can still relate it to our own jobs. I think I can. You ready? Chapter 5. How it works. Oh no, chapter 5. Stripe made much faster progress this time. He's climbing this pile. He's climbing the caterpillar pillar again, and the love of his life is waiting at the bottom. He was bigger and stronger since he had taken time out from the beginning. He determined to get to the top. See, this is trying to get to the mystery top of anywhere. Most of us are working hard towards an end, even if we're stay at home. We want our kids to be happy. There's always some kind of goal, however small. And for many people, it's to get to the top, even when we don't know what's at the top. We're still climbing, and that's what's going on here. He especially avoided meeting the eyes of other crawlers. He knew how fatal such contact could be. He tried not to think of Yellow. That's his girlfriend. He disciplined himself neither to feel nor be distracted. Stripe didn't seem just disciplined to others. He seemed ruthless. Have you ever met one of those ruthless people climbing to the top? Huh? Right? Even among climbers, he was special. He didn't think he was against anybody. He was just doing what he had to if he was to get to the top. Don't blame me if you don't succeed. It's a tough life. Just make up your mind, he would have said, had any caterpillar complained. Then one day he was near his goal. Stripe had done well, but when light finally filtered down from the top, he was close to exhaustion. At this height, there was almost no movement. All held their positions with every skill a lifetime of climbing had taught them. Every small move counted terribly. There was no communication, only the outsides touched. They were like cocoons to one another. Then one day, Stripe heard a crawler above him saying, "None of us can get any higher without getting rid of them." Soon after, he felt tremendous pressure and shaking. Then came screams and falling bodies, then silence. Lots more light and less weight from above. Stripe felt awful with this new knowledge. The mystery of Pillar was clearing. He now knew what had happened to the three caterpillars. He now knew what must always happen on the pillar. Frustration surged through Stripe, but as he was agreeing this was the only way up, he heard a tiny whisper from the top. "There's nothing here at all." It was answered by another. "Quiet, fool, they'll hear you down the pillar." We're where they want to get. That's what's here. Stripe felt frozen. To be so high and not high at all. It only looked good from the bottom. The whisper came again. Look over there, another pillar, and there too. Everywhere pillars. Everywhere. Everywhere. See? That's what we do. We do pillars, pillars, pillars. We're always trying to get to what's at the top. I don't know. Reminds me of when I was in college. People say, what are you going to do when you get your degree? I have no clue. Well, why are you here? Well, to get a degree. I had no idea what I would do with it. The whisper came again. Look over there, another pillar, everywhere pillars. Stripe became angry, as well as frustrated. My pillar, he moaned, only one of thousands. Millions of caterpillars climbing nowhere. Something is really wrong, but what else is there? His life with Yellow seemed so far away. That wasn't it either, not quite. Yellow, he let her image fill his being. You knew something, didn't you? Was it courage to wait? Maybe she was right. I wish I were with her. I could go down, he thought. I'd look ridiculous, but maybe it's better than what's happening here. But Stripe's thought was interrupted by bursts of movement all over his level. Each seemed to be making a last effort to find some entry to the top, but with every push, the top layer tightened. Finally, one caterpillar gasped. Unless we try together, nobody will reach the top. Maybe if we give one big push, they can't hold us down forever. But before they could act, there were cries and commotion of another kind. Stripe struggled to see the edge, to see the cause. A brilliant yellow winged creature was circling the pillar, moving freely, a wonderful sight. How did it get so high without climbing? See? She's found him. She's looking for him. When Stripe poked out his head, the creature seemed to recognize him. It extended its legs and tried to grab him. Stripe caught himself just before being pulled out of the pile. The brilliant creature let go and looked sadly into his eyes. That look activated excitement Stripe hadn't felt since he first saw the pillar. Words from the past returned. Butterflies alone. Is this a butterfly? And what did it mean? The top, they'll see. It was all so strange and yet like it was supposed to be. And those eyes with the look of yellow, could it be? Such impossible thoughts, yet the excitement inside couldn't stop. He grew happy. Somehow he could escape. He could be carried away. But as this possibility became real, something else grew inside. He felt he shouldn't escape like this. So I think one more page for that. One more. I've already read way longer than usual, but I'll just read two more paragraphs. Looking into the creature's eyes, he could hardly bear the love he saw there. He felt unworthy. He wanted to change, to make up for all the times he had refused to look at the other. He tried to tell her what he felt. He stopped struggling. The other stared at him as though he were mad. And tomorrow we'll do step 6. Tomorrow, chapter 6. Chapter 6 tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. It's already been almost 9 minutes. Sorry.